Okay, you are now dialed into the big voice, KWTN 100.9 FM.
The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
The Big Voice, KWTN 100.9 FM, Allen, Nebraska. The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are listening to 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. You are listening to the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. Next week, we are going to be introduced as The Show. And this is your host, Coach Q is in the house. I know, then B-Luv got looked off again. I saw you over there. I saw your lips moving, but nothing was coming out.
Beth, like she's hiding behind her thing. Now, every week it seems like I was getting somehow or another. It's like on a basketball court, getting looked off.
Looked off all day?
Yep.
All right. Hey, my co-host?
B-Luv is in the house, y'all. What's up?
No, B-Luv is in the house. B-Luv, man. Hey, we got a pretty fun-filled episode that we got planned for this evening. I do want to say thank you to all the listeners out there that are listening on 100.9 FM and watching us on YouTube and Facebook. Mm-hmm. So the show, bro, we have two main topics that we're going to talk about today.
Yep.
You know, last week when we did our special episode, we talked a little bit about that Denver trip coming up to All West. Mm-hmm. Everybody just got back this past weekend, and we'll definitely let everybody know how the weekend went for everybody.
Yep.
And then coming up in a couple of days, the long anticipated championship fight between our very own Carlos Trinidad Snake and then the number one, the belt holder for the welterweight championship and the bare knuckle fighting championships happens on Friday morning.
Friday morning.
Okay. So all you listeners out there that are interested in this fight or that's been following us on the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, you know, Carlos Trinidad Snake is going for the welterweight belt in bare knuckle and
world champion,
and he's fighting in Dubai. So usually the main card starts around like 10 o'clock at night, you know, something like that. But because they're on the other side of the globe, the fight is going to be at 11. The main card starts around 11 a.m. On Friday morning. Yep. So we'll get into that too, but that'll be in the second part of the show.
Sure.
All right, B-Luv. Now, hey, so just so you know, high school track just now started. So junior high track started. And then we also have the boys golf season also started.
Yep.
And then also I heard that esports the third part of the season starts coming up soon too. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be talking about in the next few months, and we'll see. I heard last year for the Winnebago track team that they had a record number out, and then this year I believe they broke that record.
Wow, good.
And so there's a lot more kids out for track. It just seems like there's a whole bunch of kids out there for practice when they get out of school. So good luck to them. I know we have Angelo Jones. It was like I think he just barely missed the school record in the long jump last year.
Really?
So we're really looking at something good for him, and he was a freshman last year.
Yeah.
So, Jesse White, old doobie.
Yeah.
He holds that record still from his freshman year.
Okay, I was wondering who won it because I always thought I thought, we always like to mention names and stuff on this that passed on, but I remember Jay Stout used to be really good long jumper too.
Yeah, and a triple jumper.
Triple jumper, yeah. And him and his brother Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're both fast, both got long legs, long strides, so I remember that back then. So I always thought that one of them had one of the records.
Yeah, I'm anticipating Angelo beating that school record this year because he was only a couple inches away.
Yeah.
So that could mean one or more of our athletes are going to make that state.
Yeah, they'll be
state
on
track meet
and then get the school record probably, and then next thing we know, they're up on the wall next to
Yes,
you.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Right next to me on the basketball one. Hey, so
skipping early
no.
shout-outs? Oh, okay.
We're gonna do early shout outs right now. I just wanted to make sure and mention that our track team is gonna be. Oh, and then I'll have to mention this about the golf team. When your stepson is gonna be, or he's the head coach this year.
Yeah.
Kenny Blackhawk.
Blackhawk is back.
Coach Kenny, the kids all the kids just love it that he's back.
Yeah.
They were kind of depressed when he wasn't coaching, and now that he's back, everybody's eyes are open. Their ears are open too.
Yeah. Well, we just talked about it last time. It's like, Kenny coming in, being the coach, and showing these these youngsters a few tips on how to golf, because we know he grew up playing golf as a little guy, and he's really good. He could be a pro. And we were just talking about it last week when it's like every time we go to these tournaments, somewhere, and then we're like, all right, let's go. Everybody's heads on a swivel looking for him or Sammy.
Yeah.
And then if you see them, then you're like, nah, crap. All right, we're all playing for second or
Let's
third.
play for second. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's good to have Coach Blackhawk back, and
it'll be a good one to follow this year's golf team, and we'll definitely have the results for all the listeners. Whoever's interested in the Winnebago golf team, we'll definitely have all the results this season. So make sure and stay tuned every other Wednesday.
Cool.
All right, B-Luv, it is time for early shout-outs.
Okay. I got one, and then just like every week, people might be getting mad, but 'cause I get a little biased up here.
Yep.
But I suppose first one. But I do want to give an early shout out to my oldest grandson, KJ Blackhawk. He he got a phone call last night, and or his mom and dad did, and he got selected to be part of the national NXT team. I think they're out of Sioux City, but he's on a national team, and I'll just read this thing to you. It says, your son has been selected to be part of our national NXT team. We are thrilled about the talent on these teams and the coaching staff we've assembled. This was the most talented group of high schoolers we ever had from top to bottom. And KJ's on a list with like 9 other kids. So, and then I actually got his schedule too, so I won't have to go through that. But I just want to give him a shout out because those are big steps. He's opening some eyes up when he's out there playing. He had the big state tournament tourney, and he did good out there. And then his team did really well out to the Denver tournament, the gold division. So they didn't bring home hardware, but watching all the games. Really good talent out there, so he did really good out there. So give a shout out to my grandson, KJ Blackhawk. Keep pushing forward, grandson.
Yeah, I really like to hear more accomplishments from our young athletes. Congratulations, KJ, on that. And I believe that the team that he's playing on is it is from Siouxland Sports Academy up there, and I don't think they call it actually the arena anymore.
Okay.
I think the gym is just called the arena, but it's the Siouxland Sports Academy team that goes and travels to the Reebok tournaments and Nike tournaments and stuff like that. They'll be hitting up like Chicago and Indianapolis and different big cities like that for the big tournaments.
Okay.
And it's not like, I don't think they're going to be playing like in Council Bluffs or in Sioux City too often. I think they're going to be heading out to all the big towns with the main talent.
Yeah. And then
so those are huge steps. So only thing I can say is KJ, just soak it up and learn as much as you can.
Yep.
It's going to make you a better ball player for next year. And the young man is just a sophomore.
Yeah.
So that's great news.
Yep. Hey, Kenny, if you're listening, you might have to resend me that stuff. It disappeared on my phone. So if you're listening, I'll send you a text right now.
All right. So early shout outs. I got to give a early shout out, and I'm kind of hoping that he's going to show up to the show because he received an award down at the All West tournament that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, B-Luv. But my early shout outs to Ashton Tiley the Point. You know, Ashton Tiley the Point, he brought back a really, really important award out of that tournament there that only one person is selected for the boys in their division and the girls in their division. So, but he brought back the Top Gun Award. And I remember back in the day when we went to this tournament back in the early 90s, B-Luv. Remember our bro Rich Buck took back the
Gino Buck.
Yeah, he brought back the Top Gun Award. And I'm not sure. I mean, I think you said you have a list, but I'm not sure that if there was any other people from Winnebago that took home the Top Gun Award. I don't remember anybody, but I do like to give Ashton a good shout out for accomplishing that feat, you know.
For sure.
And I believe that that award that he got opened up some eyes for him as well. There's some college coaches down there, and he got a couple cards.
Good.
And I was, you know, if he shows up, then I'll have him talk to us about that. And,
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm definitely proud of him and the rest of the boys down there. So
For sure.
well, those are early shout outs. Hey, B-Luv, man, we have a few guests with us this morning. They kind of been sitting here kind of waiting for us to get to them, you know, but, you know, we always do our little intro thing first.
Sure.
So today with us, we have a few of the young athletes that participated, or not, I can't say participated, competed in the All West Native American Classic down in Denver, Colorado this past weekend.
As first timers.
Eighth graders.
Eighth graders.
So we have three of the athletes here. We have two of the boys and one of the girls. And today, right now on the mic, we have Cassidy. So Cassidy, can you say hello to the people?
Hi.
Cassidy. And Cassidy is one of B-Luv's granddaughters, and I know that we're happy that Cassidy got to get in on this tournament and get the experience. And then we also have one of the boys from our 8th grade Warpath team, Arian Marufo. Say what's up, Arian.
Hello.
Oh, you guys, I can hear you.
Hello.
Oh, Arian. And then so you know, Arian, we kind of talk about Arian, you know, quite a few times
we do,
in the last couple of years, you know.
Yep, his name comes up a lot.
As a youngster coming up, you know, and B-Luv always says, you know, he's going to be a dog, you know, when he gets up there. And we definitely got to watch him play this past weekend with older boys, you know, with the older young men, high schoolers, and he got to experience a little bit. So we're going to kind of dig into these youngsters' minds and kind of like let them tell us their experience from Denver. And then sitting over there, is going to get on the mic here in a little while, my grandson Keitel Bass. He's also one of the 8th graders and also from the Warpath basketball squad. And he was on the Warpath high school Warpath team this past weekend, who took first place home in the silver division. So I want to definitely dig into Keitel's mind to kind of get his thoughts on the tournament and his first year playing and then taking some hardware home like that. So, but we'll get into it, B-Luv. We'll get into it. So, Denver, Colorado, Winnebago always takes teams down every year and compete in the boys division and girls division. Some years the teams do well and get into the gold division and do well. Sometimes they get into the silver division and do well, you know. And then sometimes that we don't do well, and it just is a matter of your experience. And I think that's why we ask these young ones to come on, right, B-Luv?
Yeah, that's right.
So, just going back to the tournament, and as we remember it, you know, I didn't go as a 8th grader or a freshman or even a sophomore. I don't think. I think the only 2 years that I went was my junior and my senior year, and that was it. You know, so so I don't even have any clue of what these youngsters felt like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you want, we can go ahead and start asking some questions to these youngsters, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll start off with one that's to start off, you know.
Go right ahead.
And I know Cass wanted me to ask me second, or I'll answer. So ask the boys first. So, Aaron, so what was your nerves like when? I mean, I know you're a little athlete. You play all kinds of sports and you excel at all them sports as a young man, but knowing that you're playing against older boys, and you know, I don't know if you started on that team or not, but what was your feeling before you got into the game? You know, what was the nerves like?
Well, I did start all 4 games.
Oh, you did good.
Yeah, I went in there with jitters, got, like not as confident as I am, how I'm supposed to be. But yeah, it was fun. Be back next year with more confidence. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep, yep.
All right, Cass. Same thing. I watched all of your games. I seen when they first started off. You're the underclassmen, so they went with a lot of the older girls, I guess you can say, the ones that are a little bit older than you, and then you're playing, and then by the second game or third game, then you were starting. So, but what was your jitters like? Were they worse coming onto the show today, or were they worse out there in Denver?
Worst coming on here.
What was that? Coming on here?
Yeah. And then, so how'd the games go for you? I mean, like, how did it take you very long to kick your jitters?
Whenever it was the first game, and then, or I didn't start the first game, but then once I went in, my confidence like went up a little once I got a couple points.
When your first shots,
Yeah.
couple shots went down? Yeah. Good.
That's kind of exactly what I was gonna ask Aaron too. Like, how long did it take you before you felt like you were warmed up and you got that confidence back the way that you usually play?
Well, second game, and then the first game, I got like I said, I got jitters. The second going into the second game, I knew I could compete with these guys. Knew I could hang in there with them. So my confidence got built up and started hooping.
There you go. And then so I'm gonna ask both of you guys this question. So when you scored first, where did you score from? And then what did it feel like after you got done scoring that bucket?
So it was top of the key 3.
Oh, there you go. After you hit it, then how'd you feel then?
Felt more confidence coming in. Felt like I could just start hooping.
Was it like, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Did it take a couple shots before you made one?
Nah, it was the first time I got the ball.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that's confidence builder right there.
Yeah.
All right, now Cass, how about you?
I think someone was inbounding the ball, and then those girls were like down below, and then I was on the like corner, I think,
Yeah.
or wing, and then she passed me the ball. Then I shot a 3.
And you made a 3?
Yeah,
Second shot.
Second shot.
Yeah.
or second.
Your second shot. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Her first shot,
Hey.
she shot a 3 in that first area, rimmed in and out. Her second shot, she dropped it. Her third shot, 3-point play, got fouled down low and made it.
There you go.
So then knocked her free throw down.
Those are confidence builders.
Mhm.
Those are confidence builders. All right. My question for Cass. So who did you play with? What was your team name called?
Just Winnebago Warpath, I think.
Well, not Warpath, the Lady Indians,
Yeah.
2. The Winnebago Indians, Lady Indians, number 2.
They brought 2 teams down,
Two
right?
teams down, yeah, a younger crew, and then the older,
Okay.
the older girls.
Okay. So that's good. And then, so maybe tell me a few of your teammates' names. I know all of them. I just don't know who played with you this weekend.
It was Kellen, Breezy, Kylisha, Mimi, Jenna, and then Miliani.
Mills.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a Mimi playing for both teams.
Mm.
So we had a DJ Guaranteed's daughter. Mimi played with Cass and them. And then we had another Winnebago girl play at the older girls from Mandan, Bismarck area.
Okay.
Paco Smith's granddaughter.
Yeah, that Mimi.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's good.
I know she is.
She's good.
I know she is. Okay, well that sounds like a pretty solid squad, and I know that that experience, your first year of experience, and it might even have been a number of those girls on that team's first year of experience, right? And then you think about everything from just showing up and making sure your team's all there, ready for your first game, and then you get in there and you don't know what these teams are like. You never saw these people play before in your life. And all of a sudden they throw the ball up and it just seems like fast paced, right?
Yep. So So both of this, I'm gonna answer or ask both of you guys this. Okay, so the aggressiveness out there from the teams you guys played against, like, is it anything near from what you guys played this far around here locally?
No.
No. Explain.
The teams in Denver were like more aggressive than these white teams.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Aaron? I know that you like staring at these refs after they either make a call or don't make a call.
Yeah, down there, the boys down there were more stronger, more faster, had more stamina because they probably practiced more than us. Probably had their team already more before us. They're just stronger.
You know what, grandson? You'll feel different out there because I was telling this one before she got out there.
Yeah, hey, let's talk about that.
The altitude, you guys are playing way up there, so the air's thinner, so you get winded quicker. And I could tell, like I said, I watched her play since she was little, and I could tell she was getting winded quick, and I see her tugging at her shirt.
Yeah.
And Coach Corey Cleveland was over there, he'd recognize and see her tugging, and then he'll get subs in there, but
Yeah,
it's crazy.
that is crazy. Like, even from back when we went out there, remember Pops would be like, "Hey, we need to get out there a little early and go for a couple runs or something like that. Go get your lungs used
Walk
to
those mountain trails or something.
walk those mountain trails, and because you got to get your lungs used to the elevation out there, the thin
Yeah.
air." And so I don't know how many years we talked about, hey, we need to get out there early, and then we don't.
Yeah.
And then we're like, dang, we should have got here early, because that first game is always the killer one.
Yep.
It's always the killer one.
Yep.
You're really hoping that you can catch your second win fast, but it's really tough to catch your second win down here with the altitude like that. So Mile High City, B-Luv.
Yeah.
Mile High City.
Mile High, they call it for a reason.
All right, so Arian, so how did you guys fare in the tournament? Then what was your guys' record? Oh no, I didn't ask you. Who'd you play with?
Omaha Warriors Wild team, John Parker's team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so how did you guys do?
We went down there, got 1-3 for the seed in the silver bracket. Got knocked out first round.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Coach Johnny Parker, he took a couple teams to state down in Wall Hill.
Yep.
And I'm sure that, because I looked over and you guys have a really young team. There's a lot of youngsters on that team. It just, well, we'll get into Warpath a little bit.
Yeah.
But it does remind me of the high school Warpath team that I've been taking down the last couple of years. So I just want to kind of give them some encouragement when we get to that part of the show. So, but yeah, you guys, I'm personally, man, I'm really proud of you guys for making a team that is willing to to have you on their roster, because not too many teams are going to ask 8th graders to go.
Sure. So these coaches must think something of you guys, think highly of you guys to give you guys a shot. They may have seen something watching you guys play in the past, or someone must have talked about you guys other than them seeing it and they wanted to see for themselves. But you guys definitely held your own. I mean, all you guys, even got Keitel coming up next, but when they all got in there, just like, I was smiling ear to ear down there watching everybody play. I was down to the gym from sun up to sundown. It seems like watching any kid who I knew, or any fans I seen out there that I recognized, I'd go watch that team play.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it.
It was a great weekend, bro.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend of basketball. But I'm really happy that these guys got to play here, and the experience that they all took in. I'm sure that you guys took a lot of pictures. Make sure and share your guys' experiences with your families. Because next year, you guys are probably gonna be looking to do better than this year. Next year, if you guys went 1-3 or 1-4, then maybe next year you guys go 2-something or 3-something. It just it's a step for you guys. This is your very first step to this tournament down here at All West. And I mean, obviously, I really love this basketball tournament. Been going for years. I think it's more like a homegrown type tournament, other than like Nabi or these ones out in Las Vegas. Those ones are okay tournaments too. But this tournament right here, 40 years ago, and they went all out this past weekend with their awards. They must have had a huge budget.
Yeah.
So shout out to the guys from Denver that put this tournament on. So you guys already talked about playing next year too. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to be following you guys throughout your guys' basketball career, but also your other sports career too. You know, me and B-Luv, we're kind of in a good position. Like we have a platform that the Winnebago tribe and the radio station kind of like have total confidence in us to pull these stories out from our local athletes. You know, to try to find out the stuff that nobody knows about these athletes and what's in their head. And that's one thing that's going to keep the show going is those stories like that. You know.
One thing, I'm glad that we can actually get these young ones on here because we talk about them a lot. You know, like I said, I always throw the word. I'm a little biased because I love it for all my grandkids that they're all into sports and they're all doing this and doing that and excelling and they're doing learning and stuff like that. So I like to see it. And I remember when they're all little bitty carrying them and then they learn how to walk and stuff. So they're growing up right in front of your eyes. And as an old athlete, you see it. You see that apple fall right there, right? You know, fall from the tree, and it's right there. Then it's right there again with their grandkids, and then you know sometimes they're picking it up more than your own kid. You know.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm just like I sit there and I'm just proud and smile ear to ear. You know, even kind of get a little lump in the throat and stuff like that. You know, so because I see them growing up when they're little bitty.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is a good feeling to see these young ones, you know, coming up. You know, and go to basketball leagues down here, men's league, and all these guys that are playing down here all played ball for me when they were kids. You know, it just seems so crazy to watch that happen. You know, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know?
Sure.
So well, you know, I want to get Keitel up here. If she can change out with Keitel.
Okay, Casper.
Kai. All right, you are listening to 100.9 FM KWTN. You're listening to the show. We love the show. Yeah,
We're changing it.
We're talking about the All West Native American Classic down in Denver, Colorado this past weekend, where Winnebago took down like four different teams. I believe it was 2 boys teams, 2 girls teams. Everybody did well. Everybody got some experience.
And we have a lot of locals that jumped on other teams and played us, and then that's a big thing. And like I said earlier, before we aired, I got a list of locals that either played on teams around that got picked up on other teams and how they did and what kind of awards and stuff that they got in the past. So when the time comes, I want to read that list.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get into the rest of this, kind of talk about the tournament itself. You know, really, I was real happy to get the stories from Arian and Cass about you know their experiences down here. So I really appreciate that. But we got Keitel Bass here with us today, grandson. You know, he was on the Winnebago Warpath team down in Denver that took home first place in the silver division. And we brought back some hardware, and grandson right here, he's got a jacket that says All West Champions on it. He also got a little trophy that says All West Champions on it. So
nice.
I know that as an 8th grader, you know, to come down and take some hardware home like that, to take a jacket home, I know that it really must mean a lot to him. So you know, and he did get some playing time down there. You know, it wasn't like he just sat there, you know. So, so
and he even celebrated his birthday down there. Happy belated again, grandson.
Yeah, it's not turned 14.
Yeah, and then big ups to your Choka and your grandma Jess that hooked it up down there for the boys, for everybody. Cooked out burgers and dogs and steaks.
Yeah, and I know Beth got pictures. Got pictures.
What got me, when I got the invite, when I got down there, I come in, what got me, I seen a big old block of Kamachi sitting on the counter.
Oh, yeah.
And Kamachi's mac and cheese on there. I was like, oh my goodness, these guys are going off.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, hey, you know, I guess we can just talk about that part. I want to, you know, thank B-Luv for, you know, the boys. We had a cook-off for Keitel's birthday when we first got down there, and you know, B-Luv showed up to support not only his grandson but the entire Warpath basketball team. He was there all weekend watching us play. I know you had to get back, bro, but it was a pretty good ending to the weekend too.
I watched the championship game.
Live or on a phone?
No, it was someone's Facebook Live.
Okay, yeah,
I
I
watched
didn't get it. But you know what? It was great. It was great. So and then we got a lot of pictures that DJ Besseme's gonna be putting up on the screen for you guys that are watching on Facebook and on YouTube. So just check those pictures out. You know, the tall trophy that you see in the pictures right there is actually right behind me. And then you know, the boys all up there that you see. You know, there's 11 boys up there. We have one senior and one 8th grader, and I believe we have 1, 2, 3, 4 juniors, and then the rest are all underclassmen. So next year we're gonna have the same exact team. Everybody will be a year older. We'll lose one senior, and we'll have the same team. So we're looking maybe to finally make it to the gold division. And
You guys was 2 seconds away from the gold division.
I know. We were pushing to that. We had that lead late in the game, and we just couldn't hold on to it. You know. And, you know, how would you say? You know, just forgetting your assignments. Forgetting your assignments at the end of the game, whether it be fatigue or just you know, the physicality of the game, you know, like different things like that. So unfortunately we end up having to go up against the defending champs first, came right off the bat, you know. So it was tough.
Even that there too, bro. I mean, just you know, I don't know how the confidence would have been with the boys coming in. All right, let's go ahead and set the standard real quick and just let's go ahead and beat this team that's returning champs for I heard 2 years in a row. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it says go ahead and beat them, and then they get beat. You know, I think pretty handily. You know, that first game. You know, I don't know if that shot any of the confidence of the boys down, but the next game they stepped right back up. So, I mean, it is what it is. You guys finished the silver, 2 seconds away from the gold anyway.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll talk about that this part real quick, but I want to make sure and ask Keitel a question before we get into like the end of the tournament. Okay, Keitel, first of all, say hi to the listeners out there.
Yo.
So I know that we had Cass up here and Aaron sitting right here. You know, you and Aaron, you know, Warpath teammates, and you guys been through a lot. You guys been through wars together these last 5 years, you know, and there's been, you know, so many good games where I show up and it's a close game, whether we're down or we're ahead, and you guys always find a way to pull it off, whether it be keeping the lead by playing mad defense, or if you're behind, you guys make the correct plays and hit the right shots to end up pulling a win off. And I know that you guys had a splendid year this year. And then both you guys, there's a lot of coaches out there in the area that watch you guys play ball that you don't know. I mean, you know them, but you don't know that they're watching. And so for any coach to come ask you guys to go and run with them in a high school tournament should be an honor. And I hope you guys feel like that, you know. I hope you really do, because it really kind of shows you that the hard work that you guys are putting in at your age, it's paying off because people are seeing it, you know. Just don't think that hard work goes unseen, because people like myself, B-Luv, other athletes out there, or other former athletes that love watching sports can see the people who are working and the people who aren't. So you guys just keep on doing it, right? But anyway, Keitel, I want you to you know, come to the mic and let me and Choco Buff let us know kind of how you felt sitting there on a bench, kind of wondering if you're going to get a go in, and like, you know, that anticipation of going in to the game, and then when you finally get called. I know that you was over there kind of nervous over there, but just kind of tell us how you felt sitting over there and waiting to get in the game.
Honestly, I was nervous until I hit my first few shots, and my confidence just went up.
Did it seem like running out there with any of the combination you had out there, whether it been the older guys or some of the younger guys? Did it seem like your athletic skills at that point, what you know, did it seem like you were on the same level as everybody?
Everyone was faster. It was stronger. It was more athletic than down here.
You know.
So when you finally got in the game, I remember you got in the game, and you were trying to set up your spin move that we saw this season, where the spin move, and then so he did a spin move, and he ends up getting bodied by a real big old dude, you know, and of course the refs aren't going to call it, you know. And
He got knocked down on
yeah,
that one. That's
yeah.
the one I was talking about earlier. Got tough.
Yeah, and then but then after that, then it was open jumpers, and that's how I always tell these guys, I'd rather you hit that open jumper than go and force a shot in there.
That's a guard talking right there. Joker was a guard growing up. This Joker, I'd go in and bang with those guys. That's why I loved watching those games today or down there. Brought back old '90s memories from back when we played. So when we played back when we were young, that style of basketball that you played that you all guys all played down in Denver, that was every day. That was every day we played, and it was like that. So you guys think that was rough, fast, aggressive compared to around here and kind of nowadays? That's how it was every time we played down there. So just a little heads up, you know.
Yeah.
And there was guys all big Chris down there playing too. Not just down there, but on the tournament trails in general.
Yep.
And everybody played rough. Everybody played rugged. I barely scored 40 a game against everybody.
Just barely. All right, so Keitel, tell us how it felt playing with the older boys. I mean, how did you feel playing with Ashton and Rocky, keeping those guys like that for the first time?
It was a great experience. Seeing how they play, try to add stuff to my game. Yeah.
Was you nervous at all playing with them though, because you just didn't want to mess up and you didn't want anybody thinking and get mad or anything? Did that ever cross your mind or no?
Yeah, at the start.
Did it? That's exactly why when we had that little talk on your birthday that first night, that's exactly why I said that, because you got to get in there, you got to play your game. That's what they picked you up for, to play your game. You don't want to try to do something that you're not used to doing and then turn it over and then have these guys trying to get mad. That's why I made sure and told those guys that. I said, you got to take it easy on him. He gets in there for something, you got to keep his confidence going and keep him going. Because it coming off the bench as a reserve, then it takes you a little bit to get your stride and get your, get going. I've seen some coaches put someone in, and then they're not even warmed up yet. They don't even get their groove on. Then they're already sitting them down.
Yeah.
So you're like, come on, give them a chance to warm up.
Yeah.
That's one thing I hate. That's why I like, once he's in, just leave him in, let him get sweaty, let him get warmed up. So he got his PT, and I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed watching it too, especially hitting those threes, and you have a young man out there, kind of barely old enough to play, and then you have all these older guys sitting on the sideline that are all encouraging him to shoot the ball. Shoot it, guys, shoot it. Then taking those shots with confidence,
and then hitting it, and then you see him jumping up, all getting hype over there too.
That there itself is a confidence booster.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah. So really proud of each one of the boys. I'm glad Keitel got himself a championship jacket and also a trophy. B-Luv, one thing, on here, I do talk about Warpath a lot. I never really say that we're the best or anything like that. I just try to relay the facts and the updates and results and stuff like that for Warpath basketball. And so I try to be a humble man, a humble coach. But I know that since this is our show here, that we need to talk about this though. This tournament has been going on for 40 years. A lot of these youngsters right here, they got phones that they can just pull up any video from any time that was ever recorded on video, except All West back in the 90s. And then even we even can't find any games that we ever played in our era on videotape. And so it's just like, wow. So a lot of times, these kids are just going off stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if Coach Q ever played ball. I wonder if Coach Q ever did this, or I wonder what he did. Just saying that. Then they do see Coach Q around, and little 5'10", little chubby guy, and then you hear stories about me dunking back in the day, and they're all looking at me like, nah.
360.
But I'm just saying, but on the show, I definitely don't like to be talking about that stuff. But these boys this past weekend, they realized a few things, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
All right, so this past weekend down at the All West Native American Classic, this, like I said, this term's going on for 40 years. In the
Your ring's ready to fall off.
oh, okay. On Saturday, they usually have like this big old thing with the dunk contest and 3-point contest and everything like that. And before they start those competitions, they give out some awards to the thing they're calling the All West Hoop Legends, and it was a list compiled from all the way back in 1986 until the current day, and they took like one or two athletes that shined in the tournament. They weren't like the MVP or some of them were, but they weren't MVP, but they were people that shined in the tournament that the staff that runs the tournament remembered from back in the day. And so there are a lot of hoop legends that left a long impression on the faculty at the tournament. And it just so happened, and fortunate that a couple guys from our own community, Winnebago here, that made that list. And you can, if you're looking on the Facebook page and YouTube page, you can see the couple trophies right in front of me and B-Luv. Well, back in 1990 and 1991, me and B-Luv was, I guess we were nominated as Hoop Legends from back in the day. From, and I heard the directors down there talk about stories about me and you that I even forgot, but they remember us from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
They remember the way that our team used to pass. They remember how you used to get all the big guys down low. And they remember me from the dunk contest.
Oh, yeah.
And so like those types of things,
Mm-hmm.
And the main thing to remember is after the dunk contest that year that we put on a dunk display. Remember me and you?
Oh.
We put on a dunk display off our backs and stuff like that, and had everybody jumping off our back.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so
See.
that was probably one of the things that was left a long impression with,
Mm-hmm.
with those guys down there. So I said this before because I knew that you were going to get the award. Congratulations, my guy.
Thank you. You too, brother.
Yeah. So, and then I don't know if you want to talk about this one, because if I talk about it, it's going to sound like I'm bragging.
You brag away, but but he goes down there. I don't know how many years now. Coach Q been bringing teams down. I know it's been a long time because he's talking to me while I was on the way down. If you ever go to this place down there, you remember we went to this place, went to that. I was like, nah, I've been down here once since we played, for this tournament. And that was in 2015 when our Bagel boys went down and got second in the gold division. That's the last time I was there. So anyway, Coach Q been bringing teams down there for, I don't know how long.
20 years.
20 years, a couple decades.
20th year.
So they honored him with that. I don't know if the camera can see it or not, Beth, but there's a big old Shaquille O'Neal ring right there. He got nominated into the Midwest Hall of Fame down there. So they gave him a big old ring to congratulate him, and so he can have, and then they even gave him a jacket that he looks like he can wear when he goes to work on the roads because it's real bright. Here, I'm gonna show this ring real quick. Can you see it, Beth?
Go closer.
There you go. It's focused.
That's good.
Nope, you were good. You can bring it back a little bit.
More.
So yeah, while Buff's showing this, I would just let everybody know that I had no idea that they were going to be handing any of these kind of awards out. So it was a surprise. It was a surprise, and also my wife almost missed it because I think she was trying to stay at the Airbnb and clean up a little bit after the kids, but she decided on coming over. So
I missed it.
oh yeah, B-Luv missed it.
I didn't
too.
even know. I was there from sun up till I said, "Why would I go get me another room?" And I took off, and then hour later, you missed it. So I had to go get my trophies. I didn't even get one of the other main reasons I went out there to get this, and then I didn't even know when it was happening. But oh well, I got it. It's still sitting there. And just to tell the boys here, and my granddaughter Cass, that these little trophies that you get, they're just this one here is from years of doing what we did, But when I played as a young man, I used to get these every tournament. Had so many of them. Didn't even know what to do with them anymore. I started using them as door stops for doors. I used one for a hood ornament on my car. Remember that one that time?
Yeah.
So I had so many of these, and I just had to start throwing them away. After a while, I just start giving them to people, and then they would change these up and have them for their tournament or something. Jackets, your jacket you got, keep that. I had about 600 of those things, and I don't know where they're at right now. All MVPs, all tourneys, stuff like that. So I don't champion jackets. I don't even know what to do with them, where they're at anymore. Even though I probably couldn't fit them anyway now.
You can. But anyway, so I'm gonna get back to this thing right here that I was talking about before Buff started bragging about himself. But
You're the one that brought it up.
this ring here was given to me. During their speech, they talked about the 20th year I've been coaching at the tournament. They talked about this award that me and B-Luv got, and then they also talked about the 25 years that I've been putting in volunteer work here in Winnebago on teaching youth basketball, and so they called me a pillar of the community, and so I was really happy that that happened, because a lot of the volunteer work, you get thanks from time to time from parents and stuff like that, but usually the gratitude you get, the good feeling you get is that picture when those boys won the championship. That right there is enough thanks for me. It's just to see those boys' face and how they acted when that buzzer went off when we won the whole thing. So
It's good.
so I really, I did accept that award on behalf of all of the kids I ever coached at that tournament, because that's what it's all about. And then I also had to say this too, is like, I was never a head coach at our high school. I did do junior high a few years, but most of my 25 years have been volunteer work in the middle school, from the 4th grade, 5th grade, all the way up into the 8th grade. That's where I'm at. That's where my passion's at right there. And so, not just myself, but all other youth coaches, they never get recognition. You don't hear anybody say, "Oh man, that 5th grade coach, man, he was good." I remember. Nobody talks about that. So like, it is kind of like a thankless job. You would kind of say, but for somebody to actually notice and acknowledge the work of a volunteer guy is just an amazing thing. And we had to go all the way up to Denver to get recognized. So, but I'm just going to say this for all youth coaches across the country, across Indian country, all youth coaches, PB coaches, elementary school coaches, and junior high coaches. You guys are doing an amazing job out there in Indian country, and you guys continue on doing it and try to teach all these kids the fundamentals and the skills they need, so when they do get to high school, that they have more of an easier time than a hard time. That's what I gotta say.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, just to, before we, I don't know, we still need to, we still got to talk about Carlos?
we got 12 minutes.
Okay, well, hold on. I want to go through this list that I got I got a list for the Midwest of past players from our, tribal members that played out there, and they actually brought home hardware as well, in the past. Our very own Aaron LaPointe, he went out and played with, I believe, a team from Florida. They champed out in the gold division. That was back in 2010. My boy Kenny Blackhawk, Jeremy Pear, Sky Aldrich, they were the silver champs. I think that might have been the same year. My boy Kenny actually got the MVP in the silver and overall first team All-Star. And you know him, he's humble. He don't bring that up because that's the first I heard about it.
Yeah. Who was the first one you said?
Aaron.
Okay.
LaPointe. And then in 2013, Trey Blackhawk, Sky Aldrich, and your assistant Manny Munez, they played with Just Nation from Florida, the Seminole tribe, in 2013.
Yeah.
And
all those guys, who was their coach growing up?
Garner Grant. and then Kenny, Sky, and Jeremy again. That Just Us Seminoles team in 2010. That's when they played at the same time Aaron got that. So, like I said, Aaron played for Love of the Game for Oklahoma. So that's when Aaron won that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Oklahoma team, and then obviously our Bega boys from 2015 state champs. They went out there and they got the runner-up in the gold division. Matthew, David Winget, and Cassidy's coach out there, Corey Cleveland. They all got all tournament team. And I even believe, I don't know when it was, but it was few years back, Durand Blackfish. He won Silver Division 2 with the Wall Hill team. So just a few names, you know, for some locals that went and did their thing out there too, you know. So but yeah, I just wanted to make mention of them too. One more name I want to mention that went out there this year that I really want to give props to. I really think that he's gonna be good if they know how to use him. If people use him is Kobe Smith's brother Farron. He's really good. Moved just like Kobe, and he's really good too. So they just he played at the team from I think it was the Omaha team too, Macy Boys, and they had a couple other players that picked up, but he really meshed well. So we need to keep him.
Yeah, he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go with us, but he decided last minute to roll with those guys because they were supposed to go to Vegas and Navi and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
We don't plan on going to those tournaments.
Oh, so that's why he's just trying to keep. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
But I know he's probably feeling like, you know what I mean? But yeah. So with those awards, then I can also say this, that I can only remember one person from Winnebago winning any of the competitions out there, 3-point dunk or skills. Sean Lewis.
Oh, he won a 3-point contest way back when.
Sean, like back in 89.
Yep.
Yeah, Sean Lewis, and he did well. And nowadays, our Winnebago boys don't even want to shoot in the 3-point contest.
Yeah. They're too cool.
Yeah, they're too cool. There's too many cameras out to say, because if they don't shoot well, then they think people are going to clown on them.
Then it's going to stay there forever too. Yeah, I understand.
I just go out there and make all of them, man, just to mess around.
You didn't even want to do that when they offered us legends to go do that 3-point contest out there. I hurt myself
carrying all these trophies around. But anyway, so we're going to be moving on to a little bit of Carlos Trinidad Snake is going to be fighting in a couple days. Hey, you boys can stay up here too, because we're going to talk some fights here now.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, but I want to say thank you, Keitel, for sharing your story, what was in your head about this tournament this past weekend, and I know that you gathered a lot of information and you took a lot of experience home, and just use that experience to give you more confidence for the upcoming years. And I say the same thing to you, Arian. You guys are going to be good athletes. You know, one thing that me and B-Luv always got to say is you guys just make sure and keep your grades up.
Yeah.
Keep your grades up, right?
Keep your grades up, and then when you're doing it, have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Bottom line.
Have fun, and then the way to kind of get you guys to kind of, because you got a whole bunch of people in high school that you're trying to get playing time, right? You're trying to step up and try to get more playing time. Lifting weights,
That's gonna
training in the summer.
That's gonna do it.
Because if you guys don't, then you're gonna stay right here. You're not gonna be going like this. There'll be other people going like that over you. So make sure and keep on working out and don't stop. Right?
That's right.
All right. So thank you guys. Well, let's get into Carlos, man. Carlos Trinidad Snake, bro. Nephew's gonna be fighting in Dubai.
Bare knuckles. Yeah.
Bare knuckle fighting, and we all know we've been following bare knuckle for the last couple of years now. You know, on the show.
Remember when you used to sucker punch me? I didn't get the same reaction as Beth got on that one. That's messed up.
So up on the screen, you see the face off there. They've got a lot of promos going on this fight, and that expensive hotel is just kind of sitting in the background of those guys right there over in Dubai. So Carlos was actually on his press conference in the face off earlier this morning.
I watched it.
Yep, and so there's a lot of things that was said on that thing.
He was trying to get the rise out of that guy, but he wasn't biting. That's what I gathered out of it. But Carlos wanted that, that smoke.
He wanted that smoke, but the guy wasn't biting. I saw it too, yeah. But you see the confidence in Carlos.
Oh yeah.
And then one thing I saw on one of the comments on Facebook was you could see the difference in the wingspan by them just standing like this. Carlos's arms, his forearms are so long, that it helps his wingspan out. So, and the other guy's got short arms.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. We're all pulling for Carlos, man. He had a real, I can't say emotional, but a real kind of like intense video where the narrator announced him, the Winnebago tribe in Nebraska, and he come out with all his Ho-Chunk stuff on. So, dude, it's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fire. So, but ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the fight is gonna be at around 11 a.m. on Friday, and You guys can watch it live by downloading the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship app and or the DAZN app. It's DAZN,
Yep.
DAZN, DAZN app, and you guys can like just follow along with the prompts and stuff like that. It'll tell you how you guys can watch it. Or
We're hoping.
we're hoping because the plan so far is that we're going to be showing the fight downtown at the big screen, possibly on Friday around 11 o'clock, pending on weather and pending on permission from one of the families that are going through a mourning process right now.
Yes.
That somebody passed away. So
Yep.
we will continue on letting everybody know through social media if the fight's going to be happening downtown.
Yep.
And if the weather is bad or if we got to change a venue or something like that, regardless, Winnebago is going to be showing the fight out at the 360 Lounge
Oh, okay.
for a watch party out there as well.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I know that, if it's not down on the big screen, are you going to fly out to Winnebago?
On the clock?
You never know. Admin?
I put that on my post earlier. Admin leave.
So after watching the press conference earlier in the face-off and everything like that, what'd you think?
Well, like I said, he was trying to get a rise out of him. And I don't know, his opponent, the champ, he didn't look like his confidence was up very much. He was trying to put on a show, but we all know Carlos, how he's, he was trying to get the rise, but I seen him fight 3-4 times live, and the kid is something else, man. He's just built different. I can't wait. I'm just, we'll see. He's promising everybody that he's coming home with us. That belt's coming home, world title.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think he's hungry, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he's so hungry.
Yep.
But the dude, that guy don't look like he's no Trout. Looks like he's no pushover.
No, he's a big dude. He looked like they're doing the weigh-in on Friday. I just hope he makes weight. Otherwise, what's going to happen if he don't?
Yep. So I can't wait until Friday when Carlos came on that last time.
Mhm.
It just seemed like that's all we were saying is I can't wait.
Yep.
Until here we are again, couple days away from what we was talking about a couple months ago.
Yep.
Just kind of so excited. I know that when he was back that last time we did a cedar ceremony down at the gym.
Yep.
I know he was kind of like a little not disappointed, but just kind of like, oh man, because it was just a few family members that showed up down there, But the amount of people that are supporting him though, that are really supporting him, man, we have a lot. We probably have 1,500 people here just in our town that's going to be supporting him.
Yeah.
And I really hope that everybody gets a chance to watch, whether it's on the big screen, at home, or out to Winnebago, whatever, or off your phones. I might watch those. I might watch the prelims on my phone. You never know.
And then with that, when you go back to that cedar smoking ceremony to help him out, that was kind of spur of the moment thing. He don't let that. Obviously, he's not gonna let him bother him. But I know it. Maybe it did for being home locally, but he just that was for him.
Yeah.
That was for him. That wasn't for everybody else. That's for him, for safe travels, and he don't get hurt and stuff like that. That was for him. So yeah, he don't have to. He don't have to feel no way. Let's just go.
Get this belt. I can guarantee you, we're gonna
Oh, for
do
sure.
something big for homecoming for him.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll get all kinds of people together, try to come up with something big.
Yep.
Send him back up here to Bago and do it, and get him on here again. Of course, we're gonna get him
Oh,
on
yeah.
here.
Yep.
And he might have something cool like this. He might have something cool like this. We should make these into belts, bro.
I got too many of these. I don't even want this one.
Just put them on. Hey, look you could put one on one side of your car and one on the other side. Use mine.
Escape from New York.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys. Hey, but so Carlos, if you're listening, good luck, my guy. I know you're gonna bring it back.
Junes, go get him, man. Swing hard. You know what you're doing. We don't.
The snake uppercut. It's like Buffy's do to me back in the day when I was looking. All right, so April 4th.
Man, I was smiling when you said something. I really tipped this trophy over loud.
Tip this table over. All right. Hey, so B-Luv, I'm excited. I want to say that this whole episode here, talking about the experience that we all of us here in this room had, down in Denver this past weekend, and then touching up and finishing off with Carlos's stuff. You know, I know that DJ Guaranteed, DJ Best Me, and the entire crew up here at the radio station is so pumped up for Carlos. You know, he's one of the athletes, one of the Ho Chunk athletes that we always spotlighting, because we're at the beginning of this adventure that he's going to go on, because you know, he wins this fight, he's gonna have to defend that title over and over and over again. You know, so you know, Carlos, we're all pulling for him, guy.
That's right. Hey, so what are we gonna do about athletes of the week? Should we do those anymore?
Oh yeah, we could do athletes of the week. Let's go.
Let's give all three of these young athletes a little something.
Okay.
I was thinking Tiny Baby, we could give 2 apiece out, but Tiny Baby didn't make his way up.
Yeah, he's those guys, they deserve it. So I do gotta recognize some award winners down here for Winnebago.
Do it.
So Ashton LaPointe got the Top Gun Award, which is basically one of the biggest offensive threats in your division. And then Chris Rupert, Big Dog, he got first team All Star, and then second team All Stars were Caden Brownrigg, and then Sonny Boy Rockland Free Bass.
Yep.
They both got second team All Stars, and I want you to go ahead and say this. Go ahead. What you were gonna say?
Oh no, I'll say okay. So those all tourneys that these boys got, those were for both silver and gold. So they're Chris was top 5
Tournament.
in the tournament of the whole both tournaments, silver and gold. And then same with Rock and Caden. Yeah, they're 2 of the top 10. Yeah.
So myself personally, and I'm not trying to be biased, but I think my son Rakeem, I think they missed him. He deserved to get one of those, because he was the one that was just going crazy from the outside.
I agree.
And he was a good leader as a point guard, and he just showed he's a baller.
Yeah.
You know, so
I agree.
So if I had some, I would definitely give him some recognition.
We'll get him one of these little athlete of the week things too. We have something.
Yeah. I think they all. Hey, Warpath High School, we're gonna get you guys all one.
That's right.
Let's go.
That's right.
All right. Hey, B-Luv, I think that kind of brings us to the end of the show.
Yep.
You like that? End of the show?
Nice.
Okay.
We're getting it.
I know we're getting it.
Beth's got some work to do to get that.
And I do want to say thank you, B-Luv, for showing up to Denver and
Yep.
showing your support, man. That was great to have you down here. I know I kind of bragged you up a little bit and kind of told those youngsters if they wanted to learn some low post moves to give you a call, and I'll stand by my word.
Oh yeah, they know.
Right.
They should know.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. You are listening to The Show. This is 100.9 FM KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. We are out of here.
Peace.